Hello everybody, my name is Brandon. Welcome back to the channel. I am here today with my March 2020 media pickup video. So this is going to be all of the movies, television series, and video games that I picked up in the month of March. Now, if you do want to see what books I picked up in the month of March, I have two different book hauls that you can check out that are both live right now. I have my Star Trek book haul, which I was able to find 30 Star Trek books for $15. It was crazy. So I did a separate book haul for that kind of in the middle of last month. And then I also have my standard March book haul, which has a ton of novelizations if you're interested in seeing any of those. So check those out if you want to see the book portion of the media I picked up in March. And this is just going to be, like I said, video games, television series, and movies. So I'm trying to film this while my daughter is napping, so I'm going to try to go through it as quickly as I can. So without further ado, let's dive right in. The first thing I want to show you guys was something I picked up from Salvation Army, and I just want to preface this. Everything I picked up here was either shipped to me or was before the lockdown, before the coronavirus really started hitting hard here in Michigan. So I've been staying home, as I've been saying in every video, as much as I possibly can. So, and I hope you guys are as well. But either way, this is the first item I was able to find in my Salvation Army, and it is a Guitar Hero guitar, and this is for the PS2. So a year or two ago, probably closer to 2 now, I actually found the Guitar Hero 2, and Guitar Hero Rock the 80s on PS2 in one of my Salvation Armies. There's actually one near my parents' house, which I want to get back to as soon as this coronavirus is done. But I was able to find those for super cheap, like 50 cents or $1 each, whatever it was. And so I picked them up, even though I knew I didn't have anything that I could use to play them. I figured eventually I will find something. And of course, I see these all the time at Salvation Army, but none of them are ever in any decent condition. This, on the other hand, looks stellar. I was able to check it all out. I had just realized I haven't tested it yet, which I'm going to do after this video, but the buttons don't stick. It looks like it was barely used. I'm a little disappointed in myself because there was 2. I only grabbed 1. I really should have grabbed them both just in case one of them didn't work, but they were $10, so not super, super cheap, but I figured for, as long as I've had those games, I might as well get something to play in, and I'm just kind of in the mood. So I grabbed this Gibson guitar for Guitar Hero, and this is for PlayStation 2. So that's the first thing I was able to find from my thrift store while I was shopping this past month. Okay, so from peripherals, I'm going to move right over to the only movie I got this month, and it's the only 4K release that I was able to find that looked appealing to me this past month. So it was on sale for like $12.99, Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. Now, I've not seen this one yet. You can see it's still sealed. I picked it up earlier in the month when it was on sale. I think it was through Best Buy. Like I said, it was $12.99. And it's one I've been wanting to see. The trailers for this look so creepy, and Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark was one of the main reasons, along with like Goosebumps books, that I became obsessed with the horror genre from such a young age. I loved these books when I was younger, and I actually just picked them up, I say recently, but it's probably 2 or 3 years ago now, but and they still hold up really well from what I've read of them. It's just an awesome book series. And this one comes with the slipcover, which I always enjoy. So Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. Have you guys seen this one? Have you seen it on 4K? I hope it's worth it. It looks really creepy according to the trailer, so I'm really excited to dive into this one. So Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. I believe this was released in 2019, so a cool find for $13. Later in the month, Best Buy was having another sale on, this time it was a TV series, and I was on bestbuy.com today. These actually might still be on sale, so I paid $10 each for these next 4 items, and they are all TV series. So the first one I'll show, and I should say 3 of them are DC TV series, but they're not part of the Arrowverse. So that's the reason I got them. I've not watched any of the Arrowverse, and so I didn't want to dive into that right now just because I'm so far behind. There's so much to watch, so I didn't want to deal with that. So these are outside of that. These are actually available on the DC Universe app if you are a subscriber there as well, which I'm not, but I've heard decent things. I tried it when there was a free trial back when, but I never really used it, so I just didn't continue paying for it. But anyway, first up is Krypton, the complete first season, and this is, from what I understand, basically a kind of retelling of the origin of Superman. It actually only lasted 2 seasons, so the second season, it says on it the complete and final, or what is it? I don't know. The complete second season, and it's the final season. It notes it on there. But yeah, so what if Superman never existed? That's what the tagline is here. So maybe I'm wrong. I believe this has something to do with his grandfather. Yeah, A young Sag-El, the legendary Man of Steel's grandfather who is faced with a life-or-death conflict. Save his home planet or let it be destroyed in order to restore the fate of his future grandson. With Krypton's leadership in disarray, the House of El ostracized, Seg fights alongside earthly time traveler Adam Strange, that's interesting, to redeem his family's honor and protect those he loves while saving the future of his legacy from DC supervillain Brainiac. Okay, so this has 10 episodes, and like I said, it was $10. So $1 an episode to own it. I'm going to take advantage of that. That was a really cool deal. So Krypton, the complete first season. And then one that I don't know if I'm going to enjoy it, quite frankly, but some of the reviews I'm reading were really solid. And the some of the characters in here I think are interesting. Like it has Dick Grayson and a lot of the Teen Titan characters. So this is Titans. And this is the complete first season. The Blu-ray, these are all Blu-rays. No, none of these are in 4K, unfortunately. But this says it includes 13 amazing featurettes. So I don't know what there is. But there's 11 episodes in this one. And like I said, I paid $10 for this. So this is Titans, the complete first season. And last but not least, from the DC side of my TV haul this month is Doom Patrol. And this is the one I'm probably most excited about. This is the complete first season of this as well, again, on Blu-ray. I want to know more about these characters. I know virtually nothing about them. And so I'm just really interested to see what we got here. And it looks like this one is 15 episodes. So that's, pretty good price for $10. So Doom Patrol, complete first season for $10. The last Blu-ray I picked up, in the last TV series I picked up, is actually a miniseries. And this is one that was recommended to me like when it was new. My coworker at the time asked me about it, and if I'd seen it, and I said no. And he said it was incredible. And I just, the story behind this is absolutely fascinating to me. So I really want to check this out. It is an HBO miniseries. It's the 5-part Chernobyl. I said that weird, but yeah. So this is starring Jared Harris, Ellen Skarsgård, and Emily Watson. Yeah. So this is basically a fictional take or a fictional look at the aftermath of Chernobyl. So I really am excited to check this one out. It's a 5-part series. Let me see how long. 321 minutes. So for $10, you can't beat that deal. One I've been wanting to see, and I don't have HBO Go. I don't have HBO, so I have really no other way of watching it. So for $10, I had to grab this one. It was quite popular when it was on sale, which, like I said, I think some of these are still on sale. I don't know if all of them are, but it was sold out and then came back in stock and then sold out again. I was able to grab it the second time it came back in stock. But yeah, so Chernobyl, the 5-part miniseries, and again, I paid $10 for this. We are moving through these pretty quickly, which is fine by me. So let's wrap it up with the video games I picked up in the month of March. So first up was this was a new game, but as I mentioned in a video recently, I feel like every time I buy a new game from GameStop, it's always without its shrink wrap. They've always opened it because it's like the last copy or whatever. But this one was a deal of the day, and I paid $20 for it, I believe. And it is eFootball PES. Wait, how do they call this? eFootball PES 2020. So basically, this is Pro Evolution Soccer 2020. So I don't know why they changed the name. It's such a stupid name. But either way, this is a soccer game, so nobody's going to care about it except me. But I have really wanted to play this one. I've heard really good things about the 2020 edition of this. It's finally, from what I hear, it's finally like back on par, or if not better, than FIFA, which I'm a huge sports game fan. If you don't know, if you've not followed me on social media or the website at all, I'm a huge sport game fan. I collect sports video games, which is the most ridiculous statement ever, but I have hundreds of them. I love them. And so I was super excited to grab this one for $20. Yes, it is available on Xbox Game Pass, but I have it now forever. So $20 for eFootball PES 2020. Speaking of sports video games, I picked up a few more I'm going to show here. So GameStop is currently running a buy two, get two free sale on any video games that are priced at $9.99 or less, any used games. And so I've been looking through this sale for weeks now, because they've had it going for a while now, and it's currently on sale. So if you're watching this when this video comes out, you should still be able to take advantage of the buy two, get two for $10 or less sale at GameStop.com, which, you can do shipping, or some stores are remaining open for the delivery at door. So that's another option. But it's taken me a long time to find 4 games that I legitimately wanted. But the other day they had a deal of the day. And the cool thing is when they have these deal of the days, you can mix and match them with that buy two, get two free sale. So I'll start with the 2 that you guys are going to care less about. I grabbed WWE 2K17 and 2K18. So I grabbed both of these on PS4, which is very outside of the norm when it comes to my sports games, specifically my wrestling games. I almost always buy these on Xbox One. Unfortunately, these 2 are not available on Xbox One, so I figured I'd just grab them both on PS4. Now, the other disappointment is that this is a fake case, which really stinks. I hate that. But at least it's a real PS4 case. So I will print out a custom case for this, which I already found online. I don't have any ink in my printer because who prints anything anymore? But I need to print that out. And then WWE 2K17. So I own now WWE 2K14 through to 2K19. And I want to do like the single player mode on all of those, starting with 14 when 2K took over the series, because for me, that's really when the series started going downhill. So I just want to give them another shot and start with 14, work my way all the way through. And I don't know if I'm going to chronicle that on the channel or if I'm just going to do it for fun. I have no idea. Probably just do it for fun because nobody here that's watching probably cares about that. And I totally understand that. It's just something I enjoy. But either way, the other two games, so those were, all these games were marked at $9.99, but of course you get 2 free. So they end up coming out to about, after shipping, it's like $6 and less than 50 cents, like $6.50 each, basically. The 2 games that were on sale, though, were 2 Wii U games, which I have not played my Wii U, and I can't even tell you how long. In fact, it's not even hooked up right now. But these 2 games stood out, and they're ones I've been wanting to try for a long time. And so I figured, what the hell, for the free price I'm getting them for, or the $6 price I'm getting them for, let's try it. So we have Pokken Tournament, and this is basically Tekken meets Pokemon. It's Tekken with Pokemon characters is how I understand it. So the downside with this one is it's not a real Wii U case. So that part kind of stinks, but at least it has the real cover. So I'm sure I can buy a cheap game from GameStop.com eventually at some point, or when the stores open from GameStop, and just replace this case with it. But the other one was Splatoon. So this is one I've wanted since this first game came out. I really want to grab Splatoon 2 because I hear it's better in virtually every regard, and it's on the Switch, which I've actually been playing again recently, which is hooked up and able to use, unlike the Wii U. But this one was the cheap one, so I grabbed this, and I figured this would be a good way to at least just dive into the series and see what it's like. So this is I think it's a first person. It might be a third person. I don't know. It's a shooter either way. But you use like squirt guns. They look like old water guns with paint. And so it's not a traditional shooter, but it's a kid-friendly Nintendo shooter. So you guys know I love shooters. So Pokken Tournament and Splatoon, along with WWE 2K17 and 2K18, were the 4 games I bought in the GameStop buy 2, get 2 free sale. So I said that I now own WWE 2K14 through 2K19, but I'm an idiot. I know this game is garbage, and I've read tons of reviews on how bad it is. Yet, it was only $20, you guys, and so I grabbed it. I don't know why. Well, I do know why. I wanted to finish the series. So now I have all of the 2K20 games, or the 2K games, up to 2K20, which, everything about this was like the worst release of 2019. Everybody I read says that virtually everything about 2K19 is better, but it was super cheap, and I really want to try out the story mode in this because it's supposed to be just like bonkers and ridiculous, and so I want to give it a shot. I've decided that I'm going to stick with 2K19 for all my custom characters, like my AEW wrestlers, my All Elite Wrestling wrestlers, and things like that, and I'll just kind of go with the vanilla game on this, just because that's when you avoid most of the glitches, is if you don't use any downloadable content or custom content. So I'll probably try to stick to the vanilla game on this just to play through the story mode, and then hopefully releases or patches will keep being released so that it gets fixed. But yeah, so it's WrestleMania season. I'm a big pro wrestling fan. I don't know if I've talked about that much in my videos. If you follow me on social media, you'll know that. But yeah, so WrestleMania season, so I just had to grab it. So WWE 2K20, I grabbed this from Best Buy for $20, which if you are interested for whatever reason, I believe this is still on sale right now. So you can still grab it from either GameStop or Best Buy for $20. Even Amazon, I think, has it at $20 right now. But so WWE 2K20 for Xbox One. The final piece of media I picked up is also video game related, but it's a little different than the ones I was just talking about. Best Buy had this as a deal of the day in the month of March, and I believe I paid $30 for it. If not, I will correct myself down here, but I think it was $30, and it is the Sega Genesis Mini. So this has 42 games in total, and you can see them all there. I'll kind of move that a little bit closer so you can get a better look at what's on there in case you don't know. But I really want to check out the Phantasy Star games, like Landstalker's on here. I'm not a big RPG guy by any stretch. But I mean, it has Road Rash 2, which was, I remember spending hours and hours playing Road Rash games, all of them, at my uncle's house because he had a Sega Genesis. I had a Nintendo or a Super Nintendo. And so I'd always go over there and play his Genesis. And Road Rash was just my game, man. I loved that game so much. So I'm excited to own it on this easy to connect to my HD TV console. But I'm looking for Phantasy Star. Which ones are on here? I know 4 is often considered the best. Yeah, there it is. It looks like it only has Phantasy Star 4, which is, I didn't realize that, but that's the one I was wanting to dive into anyway, so that works out. But yeah, so if you've not picked this up yet, they are often on sale. There it is. They are often on sale. And so just keep, be patient with it and you'll find it on sale, I'm sure. Like I said, I think I spent about $30 for it thanks to the Best Buy deal of the day. So Sega Genesis Mini, the only other one I need now in the minis that I want is the Super Nintendo. But what I really want, and Nintendo, I really have faith that Nintendo is going to do this eventually, but I want an N64 mini so badly. And the reason is so I can play old wrestling games. Obviously those won't be on the system. You'd have to hack it, but I'm sure that'll be done with no problem because the internet is insane like that. But I want to put those games on it and be able to play them easily. Obviously I want to play Mario Kart and Super Mario 64, those games as well, which will likely be on there when it comes out or if it comes out. But that's what I'm waiting for. I'll pay $100 for it. I'll pay $120 for it. Honestly, I don't care. I want an N64 classic so badly. But in the meantime, I will use my Sega Genesis Mini and go from there. So Sega Genesis Mini is the last piece of media I picked up in the month of March. All right, so that is all of the media I picked up in March, plus the guitar, which I can't fit into the picture because it's too bulky. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please let me know down in the comments below, what did you pick up in March? How are you dealing with the quarantine? Are you still able to grab things? Are you ordering them offline, or are you not locked down in your state? Let me know down in the comments below. I'd love to have more of a conversation with you guys down there. And also let me know, have you played any of these games? Watched any of these series? Please let me know that down below. Where should I start? All right, so as always, if you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to Cinefessions here on YouTube. And if not, thank you anyway for watching. I really appreciate it. All right, as I've been saying in each of these videos these past month or so, thank you so much for your time. I hope that everyone is staying safe and staying healthy along with your families. Fortunately, I am in a situation where I can work from home, so I'm very fortunate. And my wife is working in a medical facility, but they are on just telehealth at this point. So we're very fortunate that 1, we both have jobs still, and 2, we are limiting our exposure to the public as much as possible. So I hope you guys are as lucky as we are. All right, with that said, I want to say thank you guys so much again for watching, and I'll catch you next time.